There is no other ninja in Naruto or Naruto Shippuden that I admire more than Kakashi Hatake. This man is not called the copy ninja for me. This man is not called Kakashi of the Sharingan. This man is not even called the man who copied over 1,000 jutsu. This man is called Kakashi Never Duck a Fade Hatake, bro. And I know you guys have seen this nickname all around social media, but this is legitimately the truth. This man Kakashi never ducked a fade with any ninja that he knew was stronger than him. When Kakashi was introduced, this man was introduced as one of the, if not the most powerful ninja in the Hidden Leaf. Because at that point, we only knew what, Iruka, and he was the academy professor. Now, as far as Kakashi, he was introduced as the elite Jonin, an ex-Anbu Black Ops member. I want to stress this to you guys. I want to stress this right now. Kakashi is one of my favorite characters in the entire series. He's in my top 5. And he's in my top 5 for a reason. Let me stress another thing. This man Kakashi graduated the academy at age 5 years old, bro. 5 years old. I want to stress that again. He graduated the Ninja Academy at 5 years old. And not only that, but he became a Chunin at 6 years old. At 6 years old, bro. Nobody has, not even Itachi did that, bro. Not even Itachi. Sasuke didn't do that. Minato didn't do that. Kakashi graduated the academy at 5 years old and became a Chunin at 6. Do you know how amazing that is as a ninja in the Leaf? Which makes me question, like, why was this man so scaled back? Like, why was he so downplayed whenever he ran into a villain, bro? Kakashi should be at least top 3 strongest in the entire series with those statistics alone. But I know in the series that they stressed he slacked off because his dad told him, like, hey, if you slack off, my guy, he might surpass you. Because remember, guys, Might Guy and Kakashi are childhood friends, and Kakashi was always handing those L's to Might Guy. That was the whole thing with their rivalry. But Might Guy finally surpassed Kakashi. And don't get me wrong, I like Might Guy. Like, I think Might Guy is badass. Like, this man took on Madara Uchiha himself. But what I'm saying is, I believe Kakashi should have been elevated to the level of like Itachi or Sasuke, Naruto, Madara. I feel like he should have gotten to that level at some point, because him being as strong as he was during a child should have translated to him being one of the, if not the strongest as an adult. But that's not what I wanted to really get into. I feel as if with Kakashi's whole backstory, if you know Kakashi's backstory, you know how tragic it is. I feel like Kakashi had every given right to turn evil against the Hidden Leaf Village. Like a lot of people, like Naruto had a reason. Sasuke obviously did his reason, and he wanted to destroy the Leaf. But Kakashi had every single right to turn against the Hidden Leaf. Why should he have turned evil, you may ask? Well, let's start off with his father, one of the biggest contributors to him being the person that he is today. Kakashi's father ended up committing suicide when Kakashi was only a child. I think Kakashi was like, what, 9 or 10? Something like that, somewhere around there, 9 or 10. The reason that this happened was because when Kakashi's father, who's also known as the White Fang of the Leaf, a very notable ninja, like very famed in the Hidden Leaf, the White Fang of the Leaf, he went out on a mission with his comrades. And one of his comrades was left behind, and then they were about to lose their life. Now, the thing is that his father ended up ditching the mission in order to go back and save his comrade from losing his life in battle. The Hidden Leaf condemned that behavior. They didn't like that behavior whatsoever. They condemned his father. They blamed him for failing the mission to go back and save the guy. Even the guy that he saved ended up scrutinizing him and highly critiquing him in his methods and action. I'm like, bro, I saved you. What you mad at me for? Like, why are you condemning me? And I saved you. So that when I watched that and I heard about that, that rubbed me the wrong way, because I'm like, bro, I saved your life. Like, I literally threw away this entire mission to save your life. But back then, the Leaf was very high on prioritizing the mission over your own comrades, which I think is kind of sick when you think about it. But this man was so scrutinized, this man was so condemned that he ended up taking his own life and leaving Kakashi to be raised alone, because we don't know who Kakashi's mother is. So Kakashi ended up raising himself from that point forward. And what I thought about this was, The same village that caused your father's death, you're gonna serve? I don't think so. At that point in time, I think it would have been nice for Kakashi to actually go rogue and take his frustrations out on the Hidden Leaf, because he had every reason to do that. Now, another thing is, Kakashi ended up placed on a team of Obito Uchiha, Rin, and Minato Namikaze. At that point, Kakashi's attitude was very cold, very strict, very distant, because he didn't want to go down the same path that his father did of not following the rules, which is why Kid Kakashi was very heavy on following the rules, because if you didn't, you'll be scrutinized and put to bed like his father. Now, me personally, I wouldn't have let it gotten to that point. I would have already left by that point, because y'all caused my dad to be mentally depressed and take his own life. Like, you really, the guy that you named the White Fang of the Leaf, the guy that gave you guys hella service, you guys made him put an end to his life. And that's something I just can't rock with. That's something I can't rock with. Like, that was my only parent, my only family member, bro. My only family took his own life because of y'all, because he saved a comrade, he kept his life, and you caused me to take my own? Like, no, bro. No, not at all. Kakashi had every right to turn at that point. Now, as far as him being in a squad, now, his teammates and comrades, they were short-lived, because he didn't really stay in the squad with them too long, because they went on a mission to where Obito instilled in him that, hey, I understand that you like to follow these rules, and I know what happened to your dad was trash, but listen, those who don't follow the rules are scum, that's true, but those who abandon their friends are worse than scum. That was the quote that Kakashi's carried throughout his entire life ever since he heard it from Obito. Now, shortly after that, they had to rescue their teammate Rin. And Rin, after she got rescued, the ninja, I believe from the cloud, I believe it was from the cloud or stone, the ninja from the stone or cloud, one of them, they ended up attacking the squad, and Obito ended up getting killed in the process. So Obito gave Kakashi his last remaining Sharingan. Kakashi ended up obtaining his Sharingan, but think about it, that's trauma. You seen your comrade die in battle. So Kakashi avenged Obito, and not only that, but shortly after, they were after Rin because Rin had a tail beast inside of her. Well, Rin wanted Kakashi to kill her so they wouldn't chase her for that tail beast. And what happened after that? Rin ended up throwing herself in front of Kakashi's Chidori and killing herself, committing suicide right in front of him. So you lose your father to suicide. You see him dead on the floor. You lose your comrade Obito because Ninja killed him. And then you see your teammate. You see your teammate jump in front of your signature attack and die in front of your eyes. That's a lot of trauma for a kid that's not even, 12 years old yet? Kakashi had every right to turn and ditch the way of the ninja. He had every reason to ditch the way of the ninja, bro. Now, he did ended up going on a rogue path when he joined the Anbu. He ended up going on this, I guess, aggressive type run with the Anbu to where he was just killing people straight out. Like, he was like a silent assassin. Like, he was killing people when it didn't even need to be necessary, but they took him out of the Anbu for that very reason and placed him as a Jonin to where you see him today, because they saw that Kakashi was becoming a little wicked in the Anbu. I would have thought that would have been sick, but they made him a Jonin to teach students, and from that point forward, that's when we got the Kakashi that we got today. But I think that Kakashi could have easily been a successful villain in the series, because I feel like he had justified reasons to do so. He had to rebel from the Leaf against his father. He had the trauma from losing all his teammates. I think all that mixed together, it could have definitely created a great villain in Kakashi. But if you guys feel different, let me know in the comments down below. If you feel the same, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.